it's time to do a little myth busting. I know a lot about the NDP. In fact, I wrote a book about them called The Destroyers, Rachel Notley and the NDP's War on Alberta. We at The Rebel gave the book away for free in its ebook format because it is so important to me that people have the right information about the radicals and activists who are now running the province. I work every day to make sure Albertans have the right information they need about the NDP. It's my full-time job. It's even gotten me and my colleague Holly Nicholas kicked out of and banned for a time from official government events. I am no friend to the NDP because I know the NDP are not friends to the province I love so much. And I want to make sure this time that everyone has the facts about the plan by Albertans First. Albertans First is a grassroots group working to unseat the Alberta NDP. They're doing this by collecting petition signatures to demand a plebiscite that will give Albertans the opportunity to vote on Bill 6 and the carbon tax. Albertans First also plan to purchase memberships to the NDP party, and they want to take it over from within. This plan will not work, and I'm going to break down all the reasons why. First, I want to talk about the plebiscite petition. If you go to the readily available government website that explains the rules regarding petitions to the legislature, you'll learn right off the hop that petitions are not binding in Alberta. Number 9 from the online guide to petitions reads, "The presenting of a petition does not mean that the Assembly has made any decision on the relief requested. Neither the Assembly nor the government are compelled to take any action on a petition." So no matter how many signatures are on that petition, the government doesn't have to do a darn thing. And there are very specific rules to the wording of a petition to be presented to the Alberta legislature. Specific wording has to appear on all the pages presented. All petitions have to be sent to the Parliamentary Council for review before they can be presented. Petitions have to be presented by a private member of the legislature, so not a cabinet member. Petitions cannot be presented by people on the steps of the legislature. These are the rules. They are but one click away on Google. Anyone could look this up the way I just did. Now, petitions are great. They are a great way to make public sentiment tangible. It's something we can all see and read that says all these people feel the same way about an issue. It's hard to ignore a stack of paper representing thousands of Albertans. I like petitions, but petitions cannot compel the government to do what you want. Those are the rules. Now let's talk about the ability to take over the NDP from within. It's not going to work. In fact, it will only line the NDP war chest with your money they never imagined they could count on. And your email address is worth a lot more to a political party than you think. Now they can hit you up for fundraising all the time. But let's look at the NDP Constitution in relation to membership. It reads as such. Number 1, individual membership shall be open to every resident of Canada, regardless of race, color, religion, sex, gender identity or expression, sexual orientation, or national origin, who undertakes to accept and abide by the Constitution and principles of the party and who is not a member or supporter of any other political party. Number 2, applications for individual membership shall be dealt with in accordance with the Constitution of the appropriate provincial party and shall be subject to the approval of that provincial party. So if you don't support all or some of the NDP platform and policies, you're out. Now, this isn't unique to the NDP. Most private clubs or associations have rules for membership. Now, let's look at some of the Alberta NDP platform. Here is Section 510. It reads, "We will phase out coal-fired electricity generation to reduce smog and greenhouse gas emissions and expand cleaner, greener sources, including wind and solar and more industrial cogeneration in the oil sands. all of which will improve both the environment and the health of Albertans. So, if you don't like the catastrophic coal phase out in Alberta and wind turbines littering our landscapes with dead birds, then you're in direct opposition to the NDP platform. That's enough to deny you a membership and keep your dollar. Remember, anything I'm showing you is one click away on Google. And if you think the NDP won't kick you out, think again. They are famous for kicking out and revoking the NDP membership of Buzz Hargrove in 2006 for supporting a Liberal candidate in the Ontario general election. Buzz Hargrove was arguably the most important man in the Labour movement in Canada at the time. He was the head of the Canadian Auto Workers Union. He was a valuable NDP ally and someone they considered an automatic associate member in their own guidelines. But he didn't follow the rules and he was out. The same will apply to Albertans trying to stage a party coup. Unsurprisingly, the NDP are already denying memberships. This might be the only promise they ever keep. Now, there will be no coup. It won't happen. It couldn't have ever happened. Rules are in place to prevent this. In fact, the rules have been there in place for at least a decade. All this, again, is one Google search away if anybody wanted to learn. Now that that's out of the way, I appreciate everyone's passion. I believe in peaceful protesting. I believe every Albertan has a right to tell the government that they disagree with what they're doing. This is a liberal democracy, but relying on hope based on misinformation is how we got the NDP as government in the first place. No one bothered to check for themselves what the actual facts were about the NDP. And no one wanted to listen to people like me who were laying the facts out at the time. People wanted change, not facts. And I'm afraid that's what's happening again here. People so desperate for change are willing to believe anything. And I don't blame people for feeling this way. These are desperate times, but we can't lose our heads. There is but one way to unseat the NDP. Get involved in a political party you think will unseat them, the party that honestly best matches your value system. They'll be glad to have you and your passion. Volunteer, door knock, phone bank, hold fundraisers, and just plainly outwork the NDP, because I know we can outwork them any day of the week. We are stuck with the NDP for at least 3 more years. There are no quick fixes. There are no easy ways out of the mess we are currently in. It's going to take hard work. But the good news is that we are Albertans. We are not afraid of hard work, and we can overcome anything Mother Nature, the government, and the price of oil can throw at us. People who underestimate Albertans do not understand us. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid.